Hi Gemini, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading. This is the 10th to the 16th of June 2019. For your reading, we're going to do the same sort of tarot check-in weekly reading that we did last week. I really like doing those. I quite like that spread. So for the first layer, which is your current self, and the theme of the week, we use the Everyday Witches Tarot by Elizabeth Abel. For your second layer, which is your key goal, obstacles to overcome and major accomplishments, we are using the Druidcraft Tarot deck. For your third layer, which is the what to avoid for the week, what to embrace for the week, and where to find support for the week, we're using the Everyday Enchantment Tarot. And we are using for your spiritual advice and encouragement for the week the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck by Carl Gray, and any other information we need to know. We look at now at the end of the reading, what we try and do is we look at any other energies in 5 cards coming in. We look at love for the week in 5 cards, and we also look at your finances for the week in 5 cards. Okay, so with that being said, let's remove all of this off the table and let's get a start ahead on your reading, guys. Alright, so we just try and cover everything if we can. I don't really do health readings. I don't really agree. I mean, it's just my thing. I don't personally agree with doing health readings as a tarot reader, so I don't really touch that much on health. So that's why we're not doing health, because I'm not a doctor. So let's have a look at your readings. Let's have a look at this one. So Universe Spirit for Gemini, week commencing 10th to the 16th of June. Who is Gemini? Week commencing 10th to the 16th of June 2019. Okay. And can you show me the theme of the week for Gemini, 10th to the 16th of June 2019? Okay, that's the first 2 cards down. Second layer, please, Universe. Key goals. What is it that, what are the key goals for Gemini during the week? In 1 card. Okay. And can you show me, please, what are the obstacles that Gemini needs to overcome for the week? And can you show me, Universe, what are the major accomplishments that Gemini is making during the week? Okay, there we go. Just going to move these cards slightly like this so it's a bit neater, and we'll push this all down so we can get more on. And can you show me, please, Universe, through the Enchanted Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin, what is it that Gemini needs to avoid in 1 card? What do they need to avoid during the week? Okay. Can you show me what they need to embrace? What do they need to embrace during the week? And if Gemini needs support, where can they turn to during the week? Okay. Right. And finally, what is the spiritual advice and encouragement that you have for Gemini? There we go. 2 cards came out together, so we're going to take those 2 cards and we're going to put them there. Okay, and we'll take those up. 2 cards exactly came out together, Gemini, so we'll take those there. Let's have a look then. So here are you guys in the week, Gemini. You are the Ace of Wands. You're really making things happen. You are the Magician, in fact, really. He's very similar, this guy is, to the Magician, because he's got a wand. She's got a wand, sorry. This person is using their initiative with the Ace of Wands energy. This person has the power to create changes, and that's what you are, which is really nice. So you are an initiator during the 10th to the 16th of June 2019. You're really making things happen. You're a conductor, you're an engineer. You're manipulating the forces of nature. Hopefully not in a bad way, witchcraft or anything like that. Certainly Ace of Wands for me can definitely be a card attributed to witchcraft, but obviously I doubt it with you guys watching this. But you're definitely, you know, if you look at the Ace of Wands, the wand is here. It's the witch's wand. So the Ace of Wands is just another tool used to initiate or to create, because it's a wand, it's the Magician's wand, right? So you guys are initiating and you're creating, and you know that you have the power to create a lot of stuff during the week. to make things happen with the Ace of Wands energy. You're being very forceful. You've got a lot of raw energy, you guys do, with this Ace of Wands energy, which is incredible. Really nice energy showing up here. You're filled with lots of new ideas as well. And I really think that you're just at the start of making a lot of stuff happen here, Gemini. What is the theme for the week? Theme for the week is temperance. Okay, so the theme for the week is all about gaining balance and harmony. But, you know, temperance is very much there's many things about these cards. Don't get it twisted, guys, that cards just have to be about one thing just because books tell you that this is all about achieving balance and harmony of the self. It is. But temperance is ruled by Sagittarius, which is the sign ruling freedom, free thinking, movement, education, learning, and far distance travel. Okay, so some of you guys are really trying to achieve some semblance of peace and order within your life, especially within your homes. But if you look at this lady as well, she's got books. Some of you guys are focusing for the week on education, for example, learning, for example, with the temperance energy. All right, the focus for the week is the need for patience and just kind of waiting, because I do feel that you guys are really making things happen. You're showing us the Ace of Wands, so some of you guys really using your initiative, Gemini, with that Ace of Wands energy showing there. You've got so much energy, so much raw passion, so much raw energy. It's unbelievable. But the theme of the week is all about, and I think that really with this raw passion, for some of you guys, Gems, it's all about just creating. You're on a mission, I would say, probably with the Ace of Wands, to achieve with this temperance energy balance and harmony within yourself. Okay, so if balance and harmony within the self comes from, you know, getting a job with the Ace of Wands energy, or making more money with the Ace of Wands energy, or finding new love, then that is your peace, that is your balance. But you're on course to find this with the temperance energy showing here. What is the key goal for the week for some of you guys? Well, the goal for the week is the Eight of Wands. Again, very similar to the Ace of Wands. Can you see how similar they are? Can you see how the same thing is happening? You've got one wand up in the air here, and one wand is up in the air here. So your goal for the week is to be proactive. Some of you guys, the goal is to start launching some new ideas, putting new ideas out there, because that's the Eight of Wands for you. Wands represent creativity and career. All right? So with a wand, it's all about movement, because it's fire energy. So whilst you guys are showing us being filled with lots of initiative, lots of ideas, with the Ace of Wands energy, you're showing very much as being creative, being quite forceful, being very confident, having a lot of raw energy. The goal is to start initiating, putting ideas out there with the Eight of Wands energy, advancing yourself, raising your vibration for some of you guys with the Eight of Wands energy, because wands deal with the concept of spirituality, and with a wand it's going through the air, so we're raising that vibration going up there. So some of you guys, the goal is to raise your vibration, because I really think in these cards you really want to make something happen here, Gemini. All right, and you recognize that the goal for the week has to be on being proactive. Also, the Eight of Wands looks like he's doing exercise, doesn't it? Looks like he's doing like the shot put or something like that. So it might be the goal for the week as well. The key goal for the week for some of you Geminis is just to get active, to get busy, to go out there and to do more exercise, get to the gym with the Eight of Wands, that type of thing. Key goal for the week might be to communicate more with people as well. Maybe to contact people you haven't seen for a long while, people that live in different countries, that type of thing. All right, family that you haven't seen for a while. But it's more about taking action, because the Eight of Wands is action-based. All right. Your key goal is really to take action in a particular area, whether that be sending your resume to lots of employers, whether it be, you know, communicating with others about an idea that you've got, initiating new plans with the Eight of Wands energy showing up here, whether it's getting fitter at the, you know, at the gym, whatever it is, Gemini, that is your goal for the week. All right. What is the obstacle that you need to overcome? Well, you need to stop worrying. You need to, because this is standing in your way, Nine of Swords. And some of you guys are really worrying, because I think that you've just got all of these plans. You've got all these plans and you're doing everything that you can to make things happen. But the thing that might be standing in your way, Gemini, is that you seem to be consistently worrying with that Nine of Swords. And it might be attributed to this, it might not. But if it is attributed to this, you're worrying, well, what if it doesn't happen? What if it doesn't pay off? What if all the work that I put in, that's my goal? What if all the work that I put in, it just doesn't pay off with the Nine of Swords? And you're doing a lot of worrying. But a lot of the worrying with the Nine of Swords is probably just in your head. So some of you guys, you need to try and overcome the, you know, the overthinking of the Nine of Swords. The fear and the anxiety aspect of the Nine of Swords energy, because you're doing your best. Just know that you're doing your best. And your best is all that you can do. And I almost say that God helps those that help themselves. And for what I can see here, certainly, it looks to me like Gemini is definitely helping themselves. 10th to the 16th of June 2019. But you're worrying probably that things aren't going to work out the way that you'd like them to work out. What is a major accomplishment that you're making, though? Look at that. Can you see? On that Nine of Wands, you're ready. Can you see how he's ready to launch? Can you see how this is the 8 and this is the 9? So we go from an 8 where he's launching here, where he's ready to launch more. I actually feel, excuse me, I actually feel that what's happening here, Gemini, is that you guys, your goal is to start launching things, being proactive here. And what you're achieving is the Nine of Wands. You're getting very much closer to your goal as well. Nines represent to get close. They are nearing the completion of their suit. Also with the Nine of Wands, it's a card about being tense, intense, and on tenterhooks. But it's number 9, so this energy is now nearly completing itself. So if some of you guys have been feeling really tense, especially you got an 8 and then you got a 9 and you got a 9. So the 8 of Wands is your goal, very close. What you want to do is you want to start launching, being proactive, being active, sending stuff out, whether it's your resume, launching new ideas. And then you've got the obstacle to overcome, the worry of the Nine of Swords energy and the anxiety that this is all going to fail. But what you're accomplishing is the Nine of Wands. You're not failing, because the accomplishment is actually, really, to be perfectly honest with you, the accomplishment is that you're not giving up. Nine of Wands talks about standing by your post. So even though I'm seeing worry here, you guys are really not giving up here. And you're coming to a cycle that is ending here during the 10th to the 16th of June. Because you're ending one cycle, you're coming very close to ending one cycle and starting another. Because of your tenacity, because of your hard work. And that's what you're achieving, resilience. That's the accomplishment, that you are resilient enough, despite your worries, you're resilient enough to keep going. You've got a lot of wand energy showing up here. Movement, lots of resilience. Lots of action. Energy manifesting into form. No pentacles yet, but there's a lot of action being taken here, which is beautiful. You know, thing is, you do have wands, all right? You've got fire energy of the temperance energy. You've got the ideas of the temperance energy. You've got the smarts of the temperance energy in your week ahead. In the weekly, in the theme for the week, it's all about temperance, finding that balance and harmony, learning, exploring. Temperance energy showing here. You guys launching Ace of Wands energy, being the initiators, launching these new ideas. The same thing that you're doing here, that's your goal with the Eight of Wands energy. Maybe this idea you want to send out to a group of people or a big establishment or something like that, but you're worried, shit, what if this doesn't work out? However, you're resilient. What you're accomplishing here, Nine of Wands energy, is resilience. You're very close to getting your dream. That's the Nine of Wands energy. He's on tenterhooks. What do you need to avoid? Oh my God, look, Two of Swords. No, they're all the swords. This is the card, the obstacle that you need to overcome, and this is what you need to avoid. I think that you need to avoid, when I look at this particular version of the Two of Swords, can you see how she's got final demand there? And she's got her 2 knives placed over it. She won't open up the mail. I think that this is something different. I think that you need to avoid ignoring important things that come. Whether that's a bill, Gemini. Whether it's a demand for money. Whether it's a demand for you to do something. Because Two of Swords can be ignorance is bliss. Usually on this card, on many kind of versions of this card, the woman has got a blindfold on, her heart crossed, she's completely closed off. And you need to avoid closing your heart as well. Some of you guys are closing your heart to potential ideas, and that's what you need to avoid. But also you need to avoid kind of ignoring important information that comes to you, and ignoring important correspondence, because it might be that somewhere along the line you guys are missing out on certain things. But I think that this might be kind of more about bills and things like that, just from the way that the picture looks. So you need to avoid, and I think there's two things that you need to avoid: saying no to potential energies that come back to you regarding whatever this thing is that you're wanting to launch, and just writing things off and saying no, no, no. So being completely narrow-minded. So you need to avoid, with the Two of Swords, just being completely narrow-minded. You need to open yourself up a little bit here. But also you need to avoid ignoring important correspondences that come to you. What do you need to embrace, Gemini? The Chariot in the reverse. That things are going to take time to come to fruition. Things aren't going to move. I mean, you're doing everything. You're doing the most. You really are doing the most. Your goal is to do the Eight of Wands, to set this thing on fire, to go out there and launch things and launch ideas and be proactive and speak to as many people and send as much information to as many people as possible, because you guys are initiators. Ace of Wands, you're magicians, you're making things happen, you're setting the world alight with the Ace of Wands energy. And though you're worried, you're accomplishing the ability to stand by your post. You know, you're ready at any moment to go. As soon as you get the go ahead, you're ready. But the universe is saying here, well, what you need to accept and embrace for the week is that, you know, not everything will come at once. Chariot reverse. There's going to be delays. Things may not move as quickly as you would like. It's not that you're not going to have success, Gemini. It's just that things may not manifest in as quick a way as you would like them to. And you're going to just have to accept them. Because sometimes, especially if this is business related with those one cards sitting in there, you know, job related with the one card, sometimes that's just the nature of the beast. And finally, where can you find support if you need it? Page of Coins in the reverse. That's interesting. Somebody who's got time to give you that. That's what I say about the Page of Coins in the reverse. Because the Page of Coins in the reverse is not studying, and he's not working. Alright? This is somebody who doesn't work, they don't study. They're a little bit lazy, to be honest with you, a bit work shy, Page of Coins reverse. But really just turning it on its head, it's just saying somebody who's got time to help you. Somebody who can spare the time, somebody who probably isn't overly busy, working or in study or whatever the case might be. Just somebody who's got the time that they can spare you to do that. Let's have a quick look at what the spiritual advice and encouragement is. 2 cards. The Holy Spirit, expect miracles. Wow. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. Which is brilliant. Because you're putting the work in. You're doing it here, you're doing it here, and you're doing it here. And you're doing it there. And when you put the work in, that's when God supports you. So as I said before, God helps. I don't know whether you guys believe in God. I certainly do. God definitely helps those that help themselves. So the universe is saying, don't worry. The Holy Spirit is with you. Expect miracles, because when you start putting, and it might not be that the miracle occurs next week, darlings, 10th to the 16th, it might be that the miracle occurs in a month's time, 2 months' time, but the universe is really watching what you're doing right now, and it's seeing that you're making an effort in these areas. You're not sitting back, you're not waiting for a free lunch, you're creating shit for yourself. Alright? Be open though. That might be what it is. Avoid doing this. 2 of Swords, nope. You know? And swords also represent the things that we only see. They're not faith. These cards don't indicate faith. You need to have faith because the Holy Spirit is with you. Expect miracles. So don't kind of cut your nose off to spite your face. You know? Don't you cut yourself off from saying the Spirit can help you. And don't cut yourself off from thinking, I'm doing this all on my own and I don't have any spiritual help. Because spiritual help is there. Because temperance can also indicate angels working behind the scenes. So the theme of the week might be where you've got spirits with you. You've got the angels working on your behalf. Because you're trying to create something for yourself here. But the problem is that you guys worry. You worry it's not going to happen. Alright? But your goal is to launch. Your goal is to advance yourself. For some of you guys, it's advancing yourself in your careers. And the major accomplishment might be, if this is a job, you're definitely in the running with the 9 of Wands energy. You're very close to that finishing line. So universe is saying expect miracles. Alright? Because when you put the work in, it's what you get out. You put in what you get out. And if you're putting in the work, if you're doing the most, expect miracles. What's the next card? Hope. Love and acceptance. It says, love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. So not only is the Holy Spirit with you, and you should expect miracles, hope is also of significance in the week as well. Love is yours, and recognize your worth. Choose really good thoughts, because the more positive thoughts that you choose, Gemini, the more likely it is that you're going to manifest positive outcomes too. Brilliant, brilliant reading for the week. Let's have a quick look at the other energies coming in before we wrap up on the reading. Just going to get these cards in here. There we go. Ah. There we go. So let's have a look. Right, we're going to do 5 cards at the top to have a look at general energies. So 5 cards at the top of the reading universe. Just show me anything else general coming in for Gemini in 5 cards. 1. So 1, pull this down a bit. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. So we're going to pull that to there just to make sure that you guys can see stuff. And then we're going to have a look at love, what other energies are coming in, but we want to see what love, so what could potentially be coming in for Gemini 10th to the 16th of June 2019 in terms of love. And remember guys, this is general readings, so when you get a general free reading on YouTube, for some of you, little bits and bobs will apply from the readings. Not everything is going to apply for everything. It's not always going to run completely to order. Little bits might apply to you, but little bits may not apply to you in the week. Some of you guys might have a little bit of the love area and nothing of the career area or the work area, all right, or the money area, whatever it is, you know. It's just the way it works. It's a general reading. And finally, just show me the money side. What's coming in for money? What is the money situation happening for Gemini 10th to 16th of June? 5 cards. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Right. So, other stuff coming in. Knight of Wands. You might be dealing with a Sagittarius. Usually this is a Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. This can also be travel or movement. Sometimes this is exiting and leaving. What's the next card showing up here? An Emperor energy showing up here. Okay. The Knight of Wands is there's 2 energies here. One is very static energy and one moves. So one is active and one is static. One is passive and one is active. All right. I'm seeing movement. Some of you guys moving away from a situation that has been blocked or very static for a long time. Because the Emperor, though it's a very good card within the tarot, it doesn't move because he's very traditional. So he doesn't believe in kind of change or movement. He likes to keep things the same. So I think that some of you guys are moving away from a very kind of static, stubborn, this could be a person as well, I suppose, with the Emperor energy, but I certainly feel that you're moving away from a very kind of static situation, something that hadn't changed in a long time. I'm seeing kind of, I'm seeing advancement, because the Knight of Wands is advancement. Some of you guys might also be, though, with that Knight of Wands, advancing to a higher position. Emperor energy showing here in the week. Yeah, it could be in your work, Knight of Coins. Some of you guys with that Knight of Wands, you might be advancing a higher position. Could be Knight of Coins within a job, within your work. So you might be getting a promotion for some of you guys showing up there. 2 of Swords, though, faced with a decision. You can see on this particular 2 of Swords, she's ready for combat. So sometimes this can be verbal clashes as well. Some of you guys involved in a verbal clash could be with a Virgo and an Aries individual. Some of you guys wanting to move out of that as well. So some of you guys are also focusing on moving away from verbal arguments, verbal clashes with a Virgo and an Aries. Or it could be an Earth sign and an Aries individual energy person going on here. Death. So you want an ending to this. Death. Alright. And some of you guys are ready to fight against change. Look at these 2 cards and what she's doing. Can you see? Can you see her hands behind her back? She's ready to take that. Can you see how death is coming for her here? She's saying, not today, bitch. I'm not saying it's physical death, but there's change. Some of you guys are literally fighting against change, though. Can you see she's ready to take the 2 swords and smash death on the head? He's coming with his massive scarf, and he's like, I'm ready to get you, bitch. And she's like, come on then, I'll take you down, bitch. Can you see? There's like a fight. There's like an interconnected thing going on here. So some of you guys are literally fighting against change as well. I read it 2 ways. I think that, or a few ways. Number 1, some of you guys are advancing, possibly promotion, Emperor energy showing here, could be within your job. But however, it might be that you're conflicted, 2 of Swords energy. So when we say that you're fighting against change, really this is just a conflict. Some of you guys are conflicted about change. So even though you're advancing, perhaps there's a promotion or something, you're really conflicted about this change happening. All right, some of you guys are moving away, Knight of Wands energy, Gemini, from a verbal conflict with a Knight of Coins, could be a Virgo and an Emperor. So this could be like a brother and a father or something like that within the family. Someone who you, and also it might be that you're dealing with moving away from verbal clashes with a Knight of Coins, an Emperor and a Death. So it could be a Scorpio, a Virgo and an Aries. Because she's about to rag on Death. And you're moving away from these energies here. So these 2 cards, this card's got its back to this one, and this guy's facing in on this one. So flight away from Emperor, Knight of Coins, going in and ragging on Death. So it may be that some of you guys are really focusing on taking maybe 3 people down. All right? You know, or it's a case of I want to move. And this could be a group. Some of you guys might be dealing with a group of people. An Emperor, a Knight of Coins, and Death. All right? Because Death is coming for you. But you're just saying, like, I can't be bothered with this. Some of you guys really want out of a difficult situation with someone as well. I think there's about 3 people, 2 or 3 people some of you guys really want to forget. You really want to move away from. It's just getting a bit too dicey. In terms of love, Gemini, what are we looking at? So 6 of Swords sees moving on. When you get the 6 of Swords, often somebody is moving away from turbulent waters. So some of you guys moving on from a relationship or a difficult period in a relationship. Sometimes the 6 of Swords doesn't always mean that you're ending a relationship. You're just overcoming a difficult period. 6 of Swords energy. 4 of Wands. I think that you're overcoming a difficult period in a relationship here with the 4 of Wands energy. Some of you guys might be leaving a relationship as well with the 4 of Wands energy. 6 of Wands, 6 of Swords, sorry, outside of the 4 of Wands. But it's nice. Building, Ace of Coins, commitment. So this is a marriage energy showing here as well. Some of you guys could be leaving a marriage. Okay. Some of you guys are overcoming a difficult period that you've been experiencing in a long-term relationship, commitment, or in a marriage. What's the next one? See, the thing is, 10 of Swords is showing here. There's a commitment here, a committed relationship, possibly betrayal. So you guys are overcoming a commitment, a union, marriage in which there may have been some betrayal with the 10 of Swords energy showing here. Yeah, I'm looking at betrayal within a long-term relationship. This might have been a marriage. You've got 2 10s as well. Completion, and you've got a card moving away. So I actually would call this and look at this and think some of you guys are actually, I don't think that you're overcoming. You may be, but you could be. I mean, there's 2 ways to look at this, I think. Number 1, we're seeing a changing of the guard. There's a changing of a cycle happening here because you've got those 10s sitting in there, 2 10s. You've got a new beginning card of the Ace of Coins, and you've got a 6 of Swords. So the 1, 2, 3, 4. New cycle, new beginning, and also new phase. So 4 cards are talking about a new phase in this reading. So I'm seeing a new phase in love. Some of you guys are either overcoming a turbulent period that you've had within a marriage. Perhaps there was betrayal within the home, 10 of Coins, and you're overcoming that with the partner. So you're moving on to a new phase with the partner. And some of you guys are moving on to a new phase within yourself where you're leaving behind a marriage in which there might have been betrayal within, the home. Could have also been abuse. 10 of Swords energy is abuse, not just betrayal. Some of you guys moving away from a marriage or a long-term relationship in which there was betrayal within the home as well. I'm seeing movement, however that movement takes place, whether you're overcoming a difficulty in a relationship with a person or you're moving away from the person, there's definitely a change happening, a changing cycle, because you have 2 10s, an Ace, and the 6 of Swords. 4 cards out of 5 that are talking about change and changing cycles. It's definitely a change that's happening here. Finally, your finances, Gemini. Oh my God, that showed up for Scorpio. Genie in the bottle. So that's wishes coming true. Dreams. Okay. Queen of Swords, you guys are getting more realistic here. Because the Queen of Swords is realistic. She's also got her back turned to the Nine of Cups. When the Queen turns her back on a card, she's cutting it out. Some of you guys have been fantasizing. Also, the Nine of Cups is the Dreamer's card. So you might be fantasizing about winning the lottery, for example, or something like that. I do feel you guys are getting far more realistic with that Queen of Swords energy. You've got a clear objective ahead of you. What is the clear objective? I think to put away and to remove anything that no longer serves you. So I think the clear objective, I think that what's happening here is that you guys have been fantasizing, for some of you Geminis, about having the perfect lifestyle with the Nine of Cups, you know, winning the lottery, going on cruises, having millions of pounds in the bank, blah blah. But I do feel that this is a week for looking clearly at what your objectives are. And the objectives are, if you want this lifestyle of the Nine of Cups, Gemini, the way that you're going to do it is by not being so frivolous with what you spend. See that Five of Cups there? He's not only chucked away the cups, the wine, he's also about to chuck away everything else. Because he's saying, you know what, I've been wasting stuff. I've been wasting money. I've been spending my money on clothes, on frivolous things, on, you know, on things that I don't need. And he's just completely washing that all away with the Five of Cups energy. You guys want the good life. All right. You do want the good life, Gemini. But there is time this week, 10th to the 16th of 10th to the 16th of June 2019, where you are starting to see quite clearly that if you want this, you're going to have to do this. Okay. And you're not going to get this unless you do this. Because a lot of you, if you've got, I don't think a lot of you have got really bad financial problems going on here. But I certainly feel that this is about a week for reviewing how you can save money and how you can get the things that you want. Because the Nine of Cups might be, well, I want to get some more, you know, stuff, maybe more makeup, or maybe I want to do my kitchen or my living room. Well, the Queen of Swords is like, well, how are you going to do it? It seems to me that the clear objective needs to be that you stop spending and wasting money. Throw it away. If you've got stuff that you don't need, throw it away. What's the next card showing up here? Ten of Wands, struggles with money. Ten of Wands is Two of Cups energy. You might have some struggles with partnerships or agreements over money. Two of Cups energy. So Ten of Wands is struggles. When you get that card, you're struggling. The Two of Cups in terms of money situations can be partnerships that you enter into, like your credit card people or your mortgage people. So some of you guys might be struggling with contracts, for example, or financial agreements during the week. Okay, I'm just going to ask how you're going to overcome that. Because I'm seeing a couple of things here. Money, if you want the goodies, you need to have a clear objective to get rid of and stop spending money erroneously or stupidly, being wasteful, all right? Because some of you guys are struggling with the Two of Cups. You might be, for some of you guys, literally struggling in your own partnerships concerning that, in your own relationships. It might be putting pressure. So it might be that some of you guys need to focus on stop spending stupidly, because it might be putting pressure on your relationship. So it might be, it's either that these are putting pressure on your relationship, or the Ten of Wands are saying you're still probably struggling with, you know, people who you've got agreements with. Those are your credit card agreements, for example. You know, your mortgage agreements, for example, with the Two of Cups. And what can Gemini do to overcome any struggles that they've got with partnerships? Well, just open up and be clear, be honest. Three of Swords. Three of Swords is opening up the heart, so just be honest about your status. If you've got issues paying money to your creditors with that Two of Cups, be honest. Open up and tell them about what your true condition is with your cash, with your money situation. You know, just be honest. Three of Swords is all about opening up your heart. So just be honest about your financial situation. Just be honest. Being honest is going to put you in a stronger position. Okay. Alright, that's your reading, guys, for the week. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and have a really smashing day. Take care, my lovelies. Bye, darlings. Bye.